One of Scott West to check your traffic. Then I've got Jimmy Fox next door.
Whew. What's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? I hope all is well. All is well with me, as you can see, as Fabu, my dear. I hope everybody had a great day, because I did. I had a really good day. And it was just so wonderful. It was just so wonderful. Oh, shoot. They moved the sign, so I thought that they had fixed the street. Shoot. Gosh darn it. Oh well, I gotta go back around. Anyway. So, what's going on with everybody today? So my question is, what'd you learn today? I learned that confidence is key. And it is very important for you to not just know your job, but be confident in what you are learning and making sure that you do your homework and do your research with regard to any responsibilities that you've been given. That way, your confidence is built up even more so. Because if you are knowledgeable about your job and you feel good about the product that you're presenting, then that builds your confidence. So other than that, just remember, confidence is key. So I wanted to tell y'all the challenge is going fabulous. And I had a Friday, I think it was Friday, I had one of my Fitbit or Wellness Challenge team members tell me, you need to increase your steps. You need to increase your steps. And I'm like, no, I said, there was something going on with my Fitbit, and I deduced. I pretty much figured that my Fitbit wasn't really acting right, like when it went to sync, because I think I was logged into too many devices for just the one Fitbit. Because I was logged into 4 different devices, my Fitbit was tied to 4 different devices. So anytime I was near those devices, it was supposed to sync, but I think that I was logged into too many, and it was confusing the Fitbit. And so then it wasn't syncing properly. So this weekend, I didn't log into my computer. I just let it sync to I have an Android that I used to, it was activated, but I just use it for apps and stuff like that now, so that I don't have all those different apps on my phone. And Fitbit is one of the apps that's on there. So I just let it sync to that device, and it was registering all my all my steps. And your girl has been blowing it up. One day I had over 10,000 steps. One day I had like almost 9,000 steps. I believe it was yesterday I had over 11,000 steps. And so far today I have over 5,000 steps, and I'm just now getting off work. So the fact that I still have things to do makes a difference, because I'll get more steps in. So I'm excited about that. So I have really been enjoying this challenge. So in addition to the wellness challenge, it's a walk challenge that we have for work. One of my wellness teammates that we're doing a challenge with, she sends me invitations to join challenges on Fitbit. with her. And I'm making sure that I accept the invitation and everything. And we've been doing really well as a team, so I'm excited. This is fun. I would have never thought to do anything like this. And it's a way for you to feel as a part of a team without physically being in each other's presence. Now, we work together, but and we see each other pretty much all day. None of us except for 2 people sit in the same area. The rest of us, we don't sit near each other. So to see each other, we would have to get up and, physically walk to the other person's desk. So, which is okay by me, because I was doing stuff like when I need to heat up my lunch, I would put my food in the microwave and then I would walk around the tables. Or if I had to go to the restroom, then I would go to the restroom and then I would go all the way around getting my steps in. I'm like, any opportunity that I could use to get my steps in. And I was supposed to walk, because I started walking on my lunch, 30 minutes on my lunch break, and I was supposed to walk on my lunch break, but they brought us lunch today for doing such a good job with the launch of this project that I have been talking to y'all about. So I didn't get a chance to walk on my lunch break, but that's okay, because I'm supposed to, go walking with the hubby. He and I, for the last few days, have been walking in the evenings, which I'm enjoying, because we talk about some of everything, and plus it's getting him out of the house to exercise, which he wasn't doing, and I had kind of slacked off my darn self. So this has been an opportunity for us to get out of the house, and it's different. Yes, I have a gym membership, and then we have a free gym in our complex, and then the company I work for has a free gym and stuff like that. So we have fitness facilities available to us, but it's just something different to when you walk outside, because you get to take in the surroundings and nature. I'm not an outside person, don't get me wrong. I don't do the grass and bugs and all that stuff, but if I noticed that I'm actually more productive if I'm walking outdoors, and most specifically if I'm walking outdoors and I have someone with me and we're actually having a conversation. So, because you don't realize how much time passes and how far you've gone if the conversation is good, because you're distracted by the conversation. So how many of y'all have a fitness tracking device, a Fitbit or whatever? Leave me a comment below about, not just if you have a device, but like what kind of device you have and how long have you been using it. I'd be interested in knowing that. I've had a Fitbit for a little while. It's been a few years, but I used it kind of off and on, not really consistent like I'm supposed to. And what happened when I first got the device, I was wearing it. I think I was wearing it like clipped to my shirt. And one of my coworkers, she has the Fitbit, but she has the one that is like a watch. And she was telling me that she had the kind of Fitbit that I have. I have the zip that you clip, like, you clip to something. You don't wear it on your wrist. And the reason I don't have the one you wear on your wrist is because y'all have seen me, the cyst and stuff that I have on my hand. And I actually had a cyst on both of my wrists, but this one never came back, but this one did. And so my hands they tingle, and sometimes they get numb. And so I can't really wear stuff on my hands like that, because it makes my fingers feel funny. And no matter how loose I have it on my hands, it feel like my hand is cutting off my circulation. So anyway, she told me she had a zip too, as well. And she doesn't have it anymore, but that was the first Fitbit that she had. And so she said, well, I put it on my shoe and da-da-da, this, that, and the other. And I was like, oh, you know what? That's a good idea, because it's tracking your walking. So to me, that was just logical, And I was thinking to myself, Dad, girl, why you didn't think of that? So I went ahead and it's been on my shoe. No matter what pair of tennis shoes I wear, I make sure that I I clip it to my shoestrings, so that when I'm walking, it actually tracks my steps better. And I really like that. It's picking up quite a bit of activity. And it's not to say that it wasn't picking up the activity when I was wearing it clipped on my shirt, but I just feel like it's actually functioning a little bit better clipped on my shoe. Plus, I don't notice it. you know, when it was clipped on my shirt, it seemed like I was always fussing with my shirt, you know, trying to make sure that it was clipped where it was going to pick it up. And, you know, because you're not supposed to wear the device on the inside of your clothes. The device is supposed to be facing outward and all that other stuff. And so this way I don't have to worry about it. It's on my shoe. And I have a few pairs of tennis shoes, so I just have to always remember when I switch tennis shoes to make sure that I clip the Fitbit on there. So it's been pretty cool. But yeah, so anyway, you know, y'all let me know what fitness tracking device that you have. I do not use the Fitbit for like tracking my meals and stuff like that. I love MyFitnessPal. It's a lot of people that uses MyFitnessPal. I have heard of other apps that, you know, that people use, but MyFitnessPal is actually my preference because there are a few, even with Fitbit, there are a few apps that I have tried, and I don't know, it's just something about MyFitnessPal just seems to be more appealing to me. And I don't think that it's a preference based on the, you know, the ease of using it or the appeal based on the appearance or anything like that. I just think that for some strange reason I just gravitated towards MyFitnessPal, and when I've tried these other ones, they just didn't feel as comfortable to me as using MyFitnessPal. So I'm not really sure, but hey, it is what it is. I love it, and so I use it. I also like the fact that you can create your own recipes in MyFitnessPal, and you can build based on the information that you put into your recipe. It will calculate like the calorie. It'll calculate the nutritional value for you, and so you don't have to do all the math. You just have to put the ingredients in there, and then you have to set the serving sizes, and then how many servings per the serving sizes and the number of servings in each recipe. So and that's not difficult because you just kind of look at what you're fixing, and if you portion out like a serving size, in most cases it's going to be like a cup of something, unless it's something that's like high in calories or high in sodium or something like that. And another good way to help you figure out what the serving size is you look at a similar product. So if whatever you're making, so say for example, I do this homemade hamburger helper, and I really love it, and it doesn't have all the sodium and stuff in the seasonings and things like that as like the store-bought hamburger helper. And the homemade hamburger helper that I do is actually a rice base, or you can do like quinoa. And so if you were to look at like the hamburger helper in the store, or like a rice-a-roni or something like that, look at the serving size for that and see, you know, how they portion it out. Do they do it by cooked and uncooked, and, you know, is it by the cup or quarter cup or half a cup, you know? And so you can actually look at the packaging and then decide what serving size you want your recipe to encompass, and then based on that number you calculate how many of those servings is in the recipe itself. So anyway, just a little cooking tip. I did make my seasoning this weekend. I blended my seasoning. I was a little short of mustard powder, so before I make another batch I'm gonna have to definitely go get me some more mustard powder. I do want to find and I keep, you know, people keep telling me, oh, it's not hard to find, but it seems like whenever I go to look for it, I can't find it. Smoked paprika, I always find obviously regular paprika, but for some reason I can't find smoked paprika when I'm looking for it. And so I think probably what I'm gonna do, because there is one store that we used to shop at all the time, and they closed. And then there's another store, it's like an Asian market that opened up in its place. And then there's another Asian market that is in a different area that's closer to my house. There's also there's a market that sells like Indian spices and stuff like that. And that one's a little bit out of the way, but it may be worth the trip because it's over by this Indian restaurant that we used to love to go to. So you got 2 Asian markets and then this Indian market. And then there's another like little mom and pop, well, it's not a mom and pop store, but it's like a lesser known store. So I think they have several locations, but this one, in my opinion, they're probably lesser known. They're not like a mainstream grocery store. But I can check in there. So I have a few other places that I haven't shopped in a while that I can check at to see if they have the smoked paprika in there, because outside of the mustard powder, I have everything else that I need, because I try to keep my spices and stuff stocked up. I haven't blended my seasoning in a while, and I went ahead and I blended it because I promised someone that I would bring them some, and I brought it to her today. So yeah, that's all that's been going on with me. I didn't meal prep this weekend, but what I did was I made my breakfast crumble, and I put the Beyond Burger patties, some hash brown potatoes that I found in the freezer section, onions, mushrooms, spinach. Yeah, I think that was it. And then some seasoning. And that's actually what I had for breakfast in a tortilla shell. So, and I think what I have left should last me 3 days. So I have breakfast for today, and then I have breakfast for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So by the time Friday roll around, I'll just have to figure out what I want to have for breakfast. And I actually might do cereal, because I don't think oatmeal. I've tried to eat oatmeal, and I really do like oatmeal, but it's just it always feels so heavy on my stomach, and that's not a good feeling. So anyway, so yeah, by the time Friday roll around, I'll just have to figure out what I want to do for breakfast. Y'all like my scarf? It was tied a different way earlier when I went to work this morning, but it looked crazy. And my husband told me, yeah, that looked nice. I'm like, when I got to work, I said, oh Lord, I look like I haven't combed my hair. So y'all know the whole reason I got this on there is because I washed my hair last night, and I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do with it, and so I didn't want to put any product in it, because if I was going to blow dry and then straighten my hair, I did not want to, you know what, I need to go check the mailbox. I did not want to have a bunch of product and stuff in there, and then I'd have to turn around and wash it out again. So anyway, I wrapped this scarf on there, and I got a lot of compliments on it. Maybe I'll do this little ball thing in the back next time. It don't look bad to me. Plus I got my face made up. I don't know if y'all can tell. I did put on me some foundation and some mascara and some eyeliners and a little bit of eyeshadow on my eyeballs. So yeah, she was playing a big girl role today. But yeah. So what do y'all think about this daylight savings time? I mean, are y'all, okay with the time change and things like that? Because I heard, like, one of my coworkers said today that I think she said Arizona, and I have to do the research on this, so y'all don't quote me on this because I've never heard this before. But I think she said that Arizona is the only state that don't do the time change. Have y'all ever heard that before? Because I've never heard that before. I've heard in the news where people were talking about they need to do away with the time change and things like that. And I'm just gonna be honest with you, I don't really know a whole lot about the time change and where it came from. But I've always asked myself when I heard that, like, how can they just up and decide that they're gonna do away with the time change? That's kind of like weird to me to say, because I thought the time change was actually based on something to do with the seasons and the weather and all of that stuff. I didn't like I said, I got to do my research, because I just didn't imagine that it was a man-made um situation. Like they just up and decided I thought it was the reason they came up with the time change was a way to identify when the seasons were changing. I don't know. I don't think we ever studied time change in school, so if I'm wrong, y'all let me know, but I don't know. It was never really a priority of mine. So anyway, I'm rolling up here at the house, and I'm gonna go in here and we got like I said in my vlog yesterday, we got the bins and stuff out of storage, so I have no excuse now. I gotta go in here and start getting ready, because before I know it, you know, our hour, I don't know why I keep saying R. Before we know it, our date, you know, the deadline we set for ourselves will be here, and you know, I have to be the one to orchestrate everything, or else, you know, nothing will get done. But it's one of those things where that's what you do. You know, when you the wife, when you the woman of the house, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? So anyway, I'll holler at y'all in a little bit. Peace.